No, I was not in the 1998 Olympics. I forget how I got the hat. It's obviously old. But this is about Draymond Green's violence in basketball. And not just him, but others. But mainly just a point about how they promote violence. The older players promote violence in basketball and that they're wrong for it. And so I just wanted to give a quick view on it. And so, do I think Draymond accidentally hit Nurkic like he says he did? I don't think so. He didn't accidentally hit him. I don't think so. I think he's a little embarrassed about it, so he said that. But and as much as he does, he's embarrassed about it. I think he's been more violent in basketball because the old Charles Barkley and people like that promote it. But here's my main point. That's not basketball. That's called cheating. It's cheating. I forget who's the guy. Is it Lambeer? They used to play against Larry Bird and always to play tackle and stuff. That's not basketball. It's cheating. It can also get players injured that we want to see play, and that you want. If you're a competitor, you want to play against the best. If you're a true competitor, you want to play against the best players. You don't want them out injured. You want to say you beat that guy. If he's out on the bench injured because y'all injured him on purpose or whatever, you can never say you beat him. Can't ever say you won. They weren't there. You put him out of the game. But in basketball, it's cheating. You're supposed to win based on skill, talent, and learning ball side, goal side, being able to learn how to move your feet fast, being aggressive. So you're being lazy in a sense sometimes to do cheap shots so you're not winning by hustling and moving your feet fast and being in shape enough because you're not in shape enough to catch your breath, to have the endurance to keep up with players. Maybe you're not fast enough, so you're going to cheat. But Draymond's pretty good athlete. I don't know how fast he is, but he's just been taught to be that way. Partly he's given in to being taught to be that way because he is a good defense. He has a lot of pride as a defensive player. But when he starts to go that route, he's playing with the wrong kind of pride, and so he's also been taught to do it. He's been taught to do it. I mean, by these older retired players, and they're wrong. And back then, they didn't have people teaching them to play dirty. It's hard not to lose your temper in basketball sometimes. I mean, you get competitive and you think somebody didn't get a foul call or something, or is being cocky if you're losing, and you're out there, you're giving all your energy to it. And so you got adrenaline that's going, and you do have some pride, which, I mean, I don't know if it's a bad kind of, I'll give you two definitions of pride. Pride is a sin in one facet, but there's a definition of pride that's talking more about dignity and stuff. So you get your dignity ruined, or you're proud of the work you've put into something. In a sense, you want to show what you can do. I don't know what a good word for that is, but it's not necessarily a bad pride, I guess. But it is once you let shame kick in. You don't want to be shamed, and so you become prideful in a mean, arrogant, revenge way, and all that kind of stuff. But this is a short video just to say it's just cheating. What Charles Barkley and different people teach about giving cheap shots in basketball is cheating. You're not a real winner if you cheated. If you won that basket by cheating, you're not a real winner. Now, I will say, like at the end of games and stuff, you can use fouls as a strategy, but not dirty fouls. You can decide to not let somebody make a basket by trying to foul them safely, maybe grab them in a way that's not dangerous, hit their arm, and you're choosing to sacrifice one of your fouls and risk getting your fourth foul, fifth foul, getting kicked out of the game, or risk getting close to being fouled out, to gamble that they don't hit the free throws, or to do clock management, depending on where you're at in the game. It's okay to do those kind of fouls as a strategy, but mostly you want to learn how to play without fouls, without fouling out, and you want to learn how to beat guys and steal the ball without fouling. That's part of the talent of the game, is to be able to be quick and steal a ball when somebody's dribbling, or block a ball when they're passing. And be talented enough to do that, kind of like Deion Sanders' talent at intercepting balls in football. You want to work towards being talented and quick-witted, and be able to snatch that ball and steal it without fouling, without touching your arm. That's the whole skill of the game. That's a big part of the skill of the game. That's what they should feel dignity. I'm not going to use the word pride about being able to. That should be their craft. That should be what they're proud of. I guess I don't know how to use the word pride. So what's another word for it? That's what they should be feeling happy about. Developing that craft. That's probably the best word. Develop that craft and how to steal balls. Be good at stealing because you know angles, because you know when to reach and try to snatch their dribble. So if it's hard to steal, you don't have long arms and certain things, you learn how to play and distract their dribbles, frustrate the player because you're always trying to steal the ball. And stealing, not like theft, but steal as in that's the competition. So that's the craft of the game. Anyway, that's pretty much all I want to say. That I don't know what they should do about Draymond, but you shouldn't be. That was a dangerous move he did on Nurkic, and it's not fair. I mean, I don't know if they're playing dirty and trying to help LeBron James. I'm a LeBron James fan in basketball. I'm not a LeBron James fan in politics, but I'm a LeBron James fan in basketball, and I hope Draymond's not trying to help LeBron by trying to put Nurkic out for the year. That's not fair. I mean, I even questioned, as much as I like LeBron and everything, these people they like the media likes LeBron's politics and stuff. And a lot of them are liberal and they're anti-God, right? They're anti-Christ. And so they're for slavery. They're for the Democrat Party, socialism and slavery is slavery. They're for that instead of capitalism, which says pay people for their labor. People don't understand that trick, but it's possible they phased out the big man. You know, Nurkic is a big man that's good. You got Embiid now. So LeBron's played against some big men that were good. He played against, not Paul Pierce, but Kevin Garnett. He played against Tim Duncan. So we can't say he didn't play against any big players. So I might be wrong about this. But I sometimes wonder if they created small ball to help LeBron. Because they did help Shaquille O'Neal with some rules. They helped Michael Jordan with some rules. They made rules to make it harder on Wilt Chamberlain. They didn't help him. They made it harder. Like they made a rule you can't dunk it from the foul line. So he could actually dunk it from the foul line, and he could have had 100% free throws. But he's not good at free throws. Anyway, so that's all I got to say is you shouldn't cheat, be taught to cheat. I'll say a little bit, I guess, about Draymond real quick. He needs to realize that Charles Barkley's counsel on injuring players and stuff is bad counsel. And some of the stuff Shaquille O'Neal talks about and playing that kind of ball, that's not fair ball. It's not basketball, and this is not the MMA. So I mean, I understand you can play body up and post and stuff like that, but there's a limit. There's stuff you can sneak in a little bit that's not overkill. But I mean, you're clever. I don't know if Dennis Rodman was always fair. He may have done some more fair, clever things. Possibly. I'd have to reevaluate that. But that's all I have to say. But except I don't know. I almost hoped the Lakers would get Draymond. Maybe this is Draymond trying to get kicked off his team so he can go to the Lakers. Who knows? But the Heat was swinging when he hit Nurkic. I don't believe it was an accident. I mean, it's hard to see that being an accident. But he needs to quit, because if somebody goes to the hospital on a move like that, you might have an assault charge. They can't say it's just that the game may protect him from that, or it might not. And something that obvious, you can have an assault charge. If you can die from hits like that. People don't think you can, but you can. Could have broken this bone right here. It could have hit his temple and killed him. People use boxing gloves and rings, and sometimes they get lucky and don't die. I don't know how people get lucky and don't die, but people could just as easily in these MMA fights from some of the punches, they could die. And they have. I mean, some of them have. Anyway, so it's not basketball, it's cheating. And God bless and rise with 1 John 4:8. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love.